Once again,
What's
the light
up?
skin you of light skin television, aka DJ Super God. This is the female battle rap movement episode number 7. Tonight we have the beautiful Pash Porter in the house. What's going
What's
on?
up with you? It's your girl PASH PORTER, the BX's Florida Connect.
Oh, yeah. How you been?
I've been good. I've been busy.
Been busy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been busy. Outside of battle rap, I have a lot of things going on that takes me away from battling as much as I would like to, but it is what it is, you know?
You're a grown ass woman. You got some real life stuff going on. We understand. But
Yeah.
we're gonna start from the beginning if you don't mind, and we're gonna move forward to 2023.
Okay.
Um, I've noticed you about 7 years ago. It's Queen of the Ring, Dina Brass.
Ah,
Was that your first battle on film, or the first battle that you pretty much became popular?
that was my first battle that actually became popular. Prior to that, I did Queen of the Ring Atlanta, and I went up against Tori Blue.
Okay.
and what happened was is that Debo wasn't really feeling the footage on that. The quality of the camera wasn't that great, so he vaulted it,
Oh, it got
and he
voted.
won. It
Got
vaulted,
you.
yeah.
Got you.
So I think the only one that he released from that particular card was a Tokyo Judy,
Okay.
and no other battle from that card dropped. And it
How
was
was
it was
that
sad because
disaster card they were talking about where just everything did not work?
it was hot. But it was a good. The battles was fire. Like
I
we had
heard it
Robin
was like that's
Rhymes
why it
on.
was a disaster because everyone was happy with the way things happened and no one got to get seen but Tokyo Judy and her. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, so
crazy.
that card didn't come out, but I was the only one that Debo picked off that card.
What was that? 2016,
15.
15. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
so out of everybody that actually was on the card, I'm the only one that he called to be on the roster.
so you really got 11 career battles.
Yeah,
Adding that in there. Okay, okay. Then we had Beatrice in 2017, Queen of the Ring.
uh-huh.
We had Torture. I loved that battle. That was probably my favorite battle with you. Torture and you. That was 2018. Y'all became real good friends after that, or were y'all friends before that?
No, actually, we were in the same class before. We didn't have much of a rapport, but
Right.
after we battled each other, she came up to me after the battle and asked me, "Did I want to join the Rocks?" You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because she was
Okay.
just like, "Nah, you fire." You know what I'm saying? Her
Right.
and TS wanted me to get down with, but prior to that, I would go out to venues and Tia and Torture would like hold me down because I would be coming from out of town,
Right.
and a lot of my friends in New York are not battle rappers. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So on the battle scene, like even when I'm doing anything, they would like, come with me and we would just be rocking like that. So they used to show me mad love. And
Mhm.
honestly, it was because they were really popping at that point in time. It was a really good push for me. Prior to that, Zilla's another one from Honey Bars. He gave me the cover. I was the only rookie to ever have the cover of Honey Bars
Got the
magazine.
cover of the magazine. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
The next joint
So
you had RX from the West Coast.
I did. I battled her out here in my town in Miami. And that was another fire battle. I love the energy in that battle. I love battling home though. When I battle home,
Mhm.
Florida or in New York, whether I'm in Florida, New York, the
What borough
energy
in
be
New
on
York you
10.
from? Tell these people what borough
I'm,
you in.
I'm from the Bronx.
You from the Bronx. Boogie Down Bronx, home of hip hop, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
but you've been in Florida for quite a while.
I have. I've been in Florida just as long as I've been in the Bronx.
Okay.
Like I left the Bronx as an adult. So I was born and raised there. I graduated high school, everything there. I went to school in Georgia, where my son is going, Georgia State. Because my
Right. We
grandmother,
talked
she's a
about
Georgia,
that.
yeah,
I'm gonna hold him
a
down. I'm
Georgia
right
State
downtown in
alumni.
Georgia State. Yeah, I'm right
Yeah, my
next to
whole family goes to Georgia State or Howard.
right.
Is always those two. No
Them
one
two.
ever goes nowhere else. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I was in Georgia State, and while I was in Georgia State, my sister moved to Orlando. So
Ah,
I was just supposed to stop by and see her on my way up north.
uh-huh.
And I'm like, I'm not
She
leaving the sun.
reeled you in, huh?
Yeah, like they
Okay.
was there, and then only that she had the nice duplex with the pool in the back and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was winter in New York. I'm like, I don't want to go back up there, so
Okay.
I wound up staying.
Okay.
And Florida showed me so much love. Florida, like, kind of put me in an element to pursue music actually seriously.
Okay.
Because when I first came down here, I was a barmaid at Cleo's. That's the first time I ever met Remy. She came in there with Dwight Howard right before
Okay.
she got locked up. But Plies, Gucci Man, and everybody had just came out, and they were mixtape artists at that time in Florida. And
Mhm.
so I literally got to see them rise to the top of the
Okay, from
charts.
beginning to where they ended up. Yeah.
Exactly. And then the people that I was running with, like Papa Duck and True Baller and stuff like that, they were headlining Katrina, Trick Daddy, and everything like that. So when I first came down here, it was still the G Unit era. So I didn't really like their music,
Okay.
but I adapted to it because their music was selling. When I went back to New York, everybody was on that
They
Southern
was on that
joint.
whole vibe. They was on the opposite vibe. Like you flip flop. You went home
Yeah.
expecting to hear what you wanted. The vibe was like
And it
from where
wasn't
you
like
at.
that.
Got you.
And so
Got
I had to switch up the sound. They gave me a flow and made me more comfortable with performances and virtually put me on the map because even if I didn't tour with them, Debo, nobody would ever knew who I was.
I didn't know that. Okay. Okay.
You know,
So that's how you
like
got noticed.
yeah, because I was a nobody and my videos were going viral off them kids. You know
You
what I'm
were never
saying?
nobody, Pass. You were just not as known.
Yeah, I wasn't as known. Yeah, so it worked out. Now I'm supposed to go in the studio tomorrow. I could record myself. Sometimes I do that. I'll just record at home and just send the tracks off the baller because everybody has their own schedules now. But
Right.
this is the first time in a long time I'm stepping back into a studio, and it's kind of me adjusting to it because I've written rounds for the last 7 years. I literally forgot how to write songs.
Mm, right, because the two
Yeah,
the two are supposed to marry and mix, but every MC ain't the same. So you'll throw
no,
yourself off from one. Yeah, okay. I got you. Like a
I,
person
I never, yeah, I never
like
mastered
a
doing it
person who always been driving
instantaneously.
an automatic. Now they driving a stick. Pause if necessary. They driving a stick shift. Now it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you caught in between, like, damn, you get a different car, you're like, oh shit, I'm used to, yeah, I feel what you're saying. But
So now I have
you make a nice
to, I
transition.
have, uh, I, one thing I will say about battle rap, it's made me, like, I've already was lyrical, but not as lyrical. Battle rap doesn't permit you a beat and a hook where you get to play up catchy flows and stuff like that and be able to
Right.
pass like that. So in that
Or the
aspect,
fans won't allow it. The fans won't allow it, and other
nah,
rappers won't allow it. You can
exactly. So
really
I
do
got
what
to
the hell
push
you
my
want.
pen.
In that show that you could do what you want. But you know how that is. You know what I mean? People like, nah, that's
Yeah.
not what we looking for. That's not the new style of battle rap, or yeah. I
And
feel,
it definitely showed with my debut performance with Dina Brass because in that particular battle I showed up with verses.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
Mm,
everybody, they loved my cadence, they loved my lyrics, but they like were waiting for you to punch. I wasn't really sure on the logistics of battle rap yet.
right,
So when I found out from that battle, oh, they just want me to punch more consecutively.
right.
That's why my battle with Meat Rice was a lot better than my debut album.
So like when
My
you
debut
battled Beatrice,
battle.
it was like you weren't coming with like song type material. It was like you were giving a
Exactly.
show. You were giving a show when you were doing music by battle rapping, but now you like, I got to get these people the show that they want. It's almost like acting.
Hmm.
It's like a play. You kind of like had to, I don't want to say dumb it down, but that's what you had to do.
Yeah, literally.
All
And
right.
they loved it, you know. Some of them even question it because I guess they're like they never seen somebody progress as fast as I have. But
Mm,
then again they haven't understood that I've been writing music since I was 8 years old.
mm,
I was brought out and mentored by Rough Riders. Cuban Link mentored me. Like, I had so many different pushes to where is that I'm just very immune to lyrics. So that's not the problem. I just need to know the format. And once I got the formula, that was it. That's all I needed. I just needed to know that, okay, so it's a 4-bar setup. Okay, got you. And then it was on go from there.
we ain't gonna just humbly skate by the names you just mentioned. Like these not some major names that had your back. You know what I mean? That mentored you through hip hop. You know what I mean? But run that back again, because I don't think the people heard what you said.
When I was about 13 years old, DMX was just coming out. This was about 1999.
Okay.
1999, early 2000s, very young, very early in the 2000s. What I was doing was, and you're gonna laugh, I used to read the credits of every album. I used to read the credits of every
I'm
album. I
a
wanted to
DJ,
know
so
who
I do the
written.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to know who wrote it. I wanted to know where they recorded that. I wanted to do. What happened was is that track masters got tired of me calling down there looking for
And
DMX.
told them folks.
And so they gave me the number to Powerhouse Studios in Yonkers,
The
where
joint
they
is
actually,
two of them, right? There's
yeah,
one in
in Getty
Yonkers, right?
Square,
Yeah.
and it was right above the insurance place.
Okay.
And but what happened was is that I got cool with a guy named Kahim because he got tired of me calling too. Like, this bitch is gonna harass us, and he took a liking to me and my cousin, and he would invite us up there, and he let us meet the whole gang
Oh, that's what's up.
in their element.
That's
And we
beautiful.
got to see firsthand, like even with J Hood, me and Joshua are still friends to this day. He's on my gram. I remember when Hood was auditioning, he battled some girl that sounded like Lauryn Hill. He was about
Mm-hmm.
maybe 15 years old. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And Joshua, he went to school in my hood. And so he used to be in my hood a lot. So we built a rapport. We became really good friends. We're still friends to this day. Drag On was about maybe 18, 19. His mother lived in Edenwald where my godmother lived.
In the Bronx,
And
yeah.
Terry in the Bronx, Terry used to drive the dollar van. And so I used to link with her a lot and stuff like that. But I knew Drag.
Drag
Eve,
on
I
so
didn't really
excellent. He excellent.
he been fire though.
Excellent.
He been fire.
Excellent.
Even as a jit, he was fire. He
Mm-hmm.
was always fire. But the thing about Drag that people fail to realize is that Drag is not a fame hungry type of person.
Mm-hmm.
He's the type of person he just want to show up and do his job and go
I can
home.
tell.
So he doesn't. Yeah,
That's
he
what I
doesn't
respect
necessarily
about him.
care for the limelight like that. Yeah. So unfortunately, as fire as he is, he tends to go overlooked. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So when J
Eve,
Hood
I
come to
met.
URL, you gonna be standing on stage behind him.
I would stand behind her. Even
You got to
Cassidy, I
talk
knew
him into it, man.
Cassidy.
He that close. Talk him into it.
Yo, you know what's so funny? This is gonna be funny when this interview aired. I remember when Cassidy was with Lofty and they used to sleep in the studio when they used to come down from Philly. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And his first battle that I ever seen him like actually battle was in
Mm.
Marcus Garvey Park in Harlem.
Okay.
And this was like the early 2000s, you
Over there
know.
by the
DMX,
lawsuit
yeah, he was
with a
still part
guy's
of
verse. Yeah,
Larceny.
yeah, yeah.
We don't want to war. Yo, they was fire back then. Him, Lucky, all of them, they were fire. You know, I knew them, Young Juan, Jen, um,
Jan, yeah.
Cross. You know, I knew the whole Rough Rider clan. You know, um, and they used to show me so much love. But the thing about it was, is that I was still fairly young, and so I couldn't really hang like I wanted to hang. But a lot of events, especially when they threw one year, right? They threw a free concert in Memorial Field in Mount Vernon, right, for
Mm.
Christmas, and they invited me and all my friends from my middle school to come backstage and kick it with them on the trailers and everything like that. Like my people still remember that. They talk about that stuff all the time.
Was
They was
Pete
like, "Yo,
Rock
you
or
really
Heavy
was."
D there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. It was a straight Rough Rider concert.
Oh, just straight
Straight
Rough
Rough Rider
Rider.
concert.
But you know, when you in
Straight
Mount
Rough Rider.
Vernon, you never know. They might pop up or, you know what I mean?
Not, yeah, they might. But you know what's so funny is that Pete Rock used to be my neighbor. He lived right across the street from me. You know that Let Me Reminisce Over You was shot in Mr. Watson's barber shop right around the corner from me.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like there's so much history with me and music in general, but that's the first time I met Eve, and Eve told me. I remember when she first got her Rough Rider chain. They came on the trailer and they threw her like a sack, a velvet sack, right? And she was like, "What's this?" She had on a Vanson, fire Vanson, right? And she had on like a Rough Rider do rag. And they was like, "What is this?" And they threw her the chain, right? Because I guess her I Got a Man just really went platinum.
Right.
And so this was right before her debut album came out. It didn't drop yet. So they was preparing her for album release. But keep in mind, this is still the era of street teams and stuff
Right.
like that. You know what I'm saying? There was no social media, nothing like that. So these people were really in the field. And she told me, she was like, man, there's a lot of room for female rappers. You young, you pretty, just keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? And that always stuck with me because you know what I love is that every person that I've met that I was inspired by, when I actually met them, embraced me. You know how you meet rappers and they try to, you know, they act a little snooty or something like
Right.
that, or act a little funny. I've never experienced that. But then again, I don't treat celebrities like celebrities because I know celebrities to be hood. Like, yo, I used to hang out with the Locks and they would be right there on Warburton and Ravine just chilling like
They
regular
just be
people. They
human
didn't,
beings. That's all they really be. You know what I mean?
yeah, you know.
You were talking about Eve. Maybe a few years before you met her, I think it was 96 or 97. I want to say it was late 96, going on 97. I went to a party, a Philly Fifth Dynasty party, because
Mhm,
my MCs was Mars Co-op and Dice Raw from the Roots at the time.
mm,
They used to always be on my mixtapes, freestyling in the beginning, Chief Kamachi and all that. And Montez, who was down with Philly Fifth Dynasty, my man Mont G's the Rebel. Mont was like, I want you to meet these two females. I'm like, okay, like you don't want them to just freestyle on your mixtapes. It's like you might want to take one under your wing, man, you know what I mean, and be their DJ. You know, you hear that all the time. Everyone's supposed to be hooking up this and that. Man, one was named Egypt and she was 17. One was named 16 and they called her Eve of Destruction because the movie was out, Eve of Destruction, at the time.
mhm.
And
That literally was her name too.
yeah, Eve of Destruction. The group was called Egypt. That was Egypt's name. And she ended up being a radio host 5 years later on Power 99 FM in Philly. So
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm just sitting there like, okay, shook their hand, nice to meet y'all. Then I was like, they look kind of young. He's like, yeah, they in their teens, man, this and that, but they be with the crew. I'm like, I had a living girlfriend at the time. I'm like, end up being my baby mom, my wife. I was like, I don't know about this. Long story short, I ain't gonna take a long time on your interview with this. Like at the end of that party, it was a dope ass freestyle session. I was spinning that instrumental from Joy from Atlanta. Used to be down with Erica Badu. She just had like this beat. You got to slow it down and keep bringing it back. Yo, everyone ripped it. I mean, Black Thought was there. Everybody ripped it. Malik B, rest in peace. He was there. Rozelle was there. And then they went last. The girls, Egypt and Eve. Eve of Destruction killed it. I was like, yo, she gonna be a star. I forgot all about her for like a year and a half, and I never pursued that shit because I'm scary acting. And boom, next thing you know, she down with Rough Riders. She didn't look that much older
Mhm.
either. I was like, that's that girl. Like, ah. So I know
Yeah,
what you
because you
mean.
got to
People,
remember, she was only about 2021 when they signed her.
now she
She
was
was really
19.
young.
She was
No,
19.
I'm saying when Rough Rider signed her, she was only about 21. You know what I'm saying? Like she was still
Mm,
very young.
no, she was 19, and then she became famous at 2021.
Mm.
I'm telling
Okay,
you,
so
'cause
that makes
if
sense.
I do the math, I think she was 16. I'm gonna tell you why, because she ended up my youngest brother, she went to her old school's prom when she was about 21 and she was already a big star. And him and his girlfriend wasn't getting along at the prom. He was a little bit drunk and stuff. He started out like, want to take pictures with Eve since she showed up to the prom as the musical guest. And my brother was vibing with him. He didn't get with her or nothing, but she was taking the prom picture. She's like, you ain't got your
Mhm.
little girlfriend to take the prom picture with. He took his prom picture with Eve. That's his claim to fame for the rest of his life. That was his favorite. Oh yeah, he was going ape shit. But long story short, moving on from that, I know what you're saying about entertainers. Let's go back to the timeline. We got Taylor J next on Bayou Battle League 2019.
Yeah.
I didn't see that battle. Was that on YouTube?
It is on YouTube and it did
Okay.
very well. I did very well. That was one of my favorite battles to date.
Really?
Shout out to the bio. New Orleans showed me so much love. I got a team down here. My 30 pack, I built a team down here. 30 pack Mozzie just made the U of L Crucible.
Yeah, mine.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that
Okay.
that that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? That's my little brother. Um, they were underdogs. I'm always for the underdogs. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I just seen a fight in them. I'm like, yeah. A lot of people try to kind of like curve them because you know how people get. you get a little name, a little clout for yourself, and then you start treating people like they. I'm not like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm the type of person I kick it with everybody. You cool
Mhm.
with me, I'm cool with you. Um, I'm never too big headed, but to see the progression from when I battled her to where
Mhm.
they are right now, I'm just super duper proud of them. Me and Taylor, everybody had her beating me,
Okay.
and the battle, it didn't come out like that on camera. It was either highly debatable or they gave me the win.
But it was a damn good battle one way or another, no matter
It
how
really,
someone
really
see it.
was. That was my first battle where I was really, really comfortable. All my material, I had enough time in advance to write it and rehearse it and stuff like that. And that's the thing where I really get mad at myself, is because it's not about penning the rounds, it's about having the time to actually rehearse them and get them down packed. And so a lot of times what I do is I find myself not wanting to battle at all to give somebody a subpar performance, because I don't want to tarnish my name. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And so if I know I don't have the time, I would kind of like just, nah, y'all go ahead and have that. And it's cool, you know? Let me tell you something. When you hot and you really hot, you don't be on nobody else's time. You could be on your own time. You know what I'm saying? If I want to get booked, if I want to go out and do it, I could do that. You know, it's cool. It doesn't have to be a major platform, but it
Mhm.
will be a worthy opponent. It will be, something worth OCF posting. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I don't really stress myself out about that as much as I used to early on in my career. Most people, especially the girls that I've had the privilege of working with, they started in smaller leagues. I
Okay.
started at the top. You know what I mean? And so I with that comes different set of pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I'm where everybody fought so hard to get to, and they felt like I was privileged. It got to the point where like, oh, it's because of the way she looks and she has a voice that she's there. No one really took me serious enough. And I'm like, no, this is really what I do. They even tried to say I had a ghostwriter, you know,
Oh,
and
the ghostwriter thing, we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna flip the record. This is such an interesting interview. We're gonna do a part two in a couple minutes. We're gonna flip the record. You know what I mean? Go get yourself a snack, you know what I mean? Get yourself a drink. We're gonna come right back with PASH PORTER part two, female battle rap movement. You know what I mean? Show episode number 7. This is deep. We about to get with this. And
heck
we'll
yeah.
be right